So we could do this one the same way that we did the other ones. We could say our first shape is this rectangular prism. Our second shape is the triangular prism at the top. Find the surface area of both of them and then subtract what sides are missing. Or we could also just say, well, what are all the shapes? How many sides does this have in total? How many shapes does it have in total? Maybe not sides, because can you see on this side that there's a sort of a square, not quite a square, and a triangle? So we could figure out all the different shapes we could add up. What would you guys prefer to do? Would you like to do it like we did the last one, where we do each shape separately and then subtract? Or would you like to just list all the different shapes and add them all up in the end? List all the shapes? Okay, well, let's list the shapes. We're going to number them. How many rectangles are there on the bottom shape? Can you see that there'd be 1, 2, on the back side there would be 3, on this side there would be 4, and on the bottom there would be 5. But you wouldn't do the top because it's hidden.
Not really, you'd see it.
You can see it, but if you painted it, it wouldn't get painted. And then on the top, triangular prism normally has 5 sides. We're going to call this side 6, this side 7, on the back here side 8, and on the side 9. Then if we figure out all 9, we just have to add them up, and then we'll get our total. No subtracting necessary if you do each side on its own and you've counted all the sides. But if you did the entire bottom square, that would include the top, then you'd have to subtract that afterwards. And if you did the entire triangular prism, which included the bottom, then you would have to subtract that afterwards. Now these sides are going to be fairly easy to figure out, except for side 6, which is the triangle, and side 8. No, side 6 won't be bad. Side 7 is going to be the hardest. 7 is that slanty one.
Wait, isn't that... No, not
So,
really, it's not that hard.
well, we'll see when we get there.
It's 3...
We'll start with side 1. What shape is that?
Square.
Well,
A rectangle.
it's a rectangle. It looks like a square in the picture, but it's a rectangle. What's the area of a rectangle? Length times width. What is our length?
30.
And our width is 20. We're doing this one, number 1.
okay.
So we multiply that out, we get 600. Shape number 2. Another rectangle. Also be length times width. What are the dimensions of that rectangle? 15 times 20. Good. 300. Shape 3. Shape 3 is a rectangle on the back. It's going to be the same as shape 1, so we don't even have to do the math because we've already figured that out. Can you see shape 4? Same as 2. So we'll get 300. Shape 5 is the bottom. Area is going to be length times width. 30 times 15, 450. Shape 6, what shape is that? Triangle. Base times height divided by 2. You're always looking for the 90 degree to figure out the height. On your formula, I think it has the half first and then base, then height. Our base is going to be 30 and our height is 10. Multiply that out and you get 150. And then we get to shape 7. Shape 7 is the hard one. Can you see it's a rectangle? That slanty side is a rectangle. Can you see that one side is 15? So on the slanty one, we know this side here is 15. The problem is we don't know this side. So we need to use a squared plus b squared equals c squared. That works on triangles that have a right angle. And we have to remember that which side, A, B, or C, is the longest?
It'd be 30 would be C.
The longest side is C. So the one that we don't know C. We know A, that's 10. We know B, because this length on the bottom is the same as that at the bottom there, which is 30. 10 times 10 is 100. 30 times 30 is 900. And so we get the square root of 1,000, because 100 plus 900 would be 1,000. And then to figure out what C is, we'd have to go to our calculator and do the square root of this. And this is where you'd have to, yeah. I'm going to guess it's 31 point something. Square root of 1,000.
It's like 32.6.
31.6. So that's what we're going to put in here for other length. Because this 31.6, that is this side right there. So we take 31.6 and times it by 15, and we get 474. Are we done all the sides? Look at our numbers. Again, this organization, sometimes you do a little bit extra math. It's nice that we organized it at the beginning to say, oh, I've got 9 sides. I only finished side number 7. So I still need to do side 8. What is side 8? Same as side 6. So that one is another 150. And side 9? Side 9 is another rectangle. It is 10 by 15, which is 150. So now that we've done them all separately, we can add them all up. What's that? You could. It's sometimes harder with a cylinder because of the rounded part. So if we add them all up, you got the answer? What is it? 3,174. Did we have units in this one? Centimeters, so it'll be centimeters squared. Are you?
Can I get a jug of water, please?
Yeah, just give me a second. I just want to. Just going to double check it. Yes, perfect. Perfect.